Hi, my name is Bess Sadler. I'm a research and development librarian at the University of Virginia. And the other hat that I wear is I am a technical consultant for a group called eIFL-FOSS, which stands for Electronic Information for Libraries, and this is specifically the free and open source software branch of it. So eIFL is the biggest library consortium in the world. I don't have my slides here, but if I did, you could see a map with most of Africa, a lot of Southeast Asia, a lot of Eastern Europe, and maybe we're flirting with Latin America a little bit right now. We're not sure if we're ready to commit. Last year, I gave a talk at Code4Lib, which everyone was very supportive of, and at that time, I was the co-chair of eIFL-FOSS. I have stepped down as the co-chair, which is a really good thing, and Randy Metcalf is the new co-chair. You may know him in his former capacity as the head of OSS Watch, which is an open source advocacy group in England, specifically for universities in the UK. He has been fantastic and has been able to do what I was not able to do, which is get us funding, which we have been waiting on for quite a while. It's really good news that we got funding. And the other thing that eIFL-FOSS has done under his leadership is we've sort of changed directions a little bit. At the presentation last year, you may have gotten the impression, because this is where we thought we were going, that we were going to be trying to fund a lot of the open source development that needed to happen in order for the open source ILS systems to work for eIFL libraries. What we found out this year in consultation with those communities and in consultation with our stakeholders is that the existing open source communities have done far and above what we ever could have, and that our time and energy and resources are better spent doing training. So I've got a couple of things to report. The ILS movement toward open source libraries is really taking off in the developing world. There's several people here who were at, back in August, there was an IFLA pre-conference in Dakar, Senegal, that's in Western Africa, specifically devoted to the question of open source in libraries in the developing world. That was an incredibly popular and well-attended conference. It was really inspiring to see the number of people traveling there from all over the world, and the holy cow, I mean, if you think we've got conditions, if we are fighting an uphill battle here, but they're trying to do the same thing with no electricity, or with intermittent electricity. It was really exciting to try to be welcoming those people into the larger open source community. eIFL is right now organizing some pilot projects, so we're taking applications from eIFL-affiliated universities who are interested in switching to an open source ILS. These are especially going to be some of the schools that I touched on last year, like Malawi, which is in a really critical situation. They're looking at having their library shut down because they don't have funding to keep their licensing for their ILS going. So they're going to be switching to Koha. In fact, they're already well on their way. And we have also been very lucky to have some recruitment from among the Code4Lib ranks of people who are interested in doing training and technical consulting for that. I'd like to especially give a shout out to Dan Scott, who's been very helpful in doing a lot of the work to get Evergreen to the point where it's internationalized, and he's also going to be doing some training for us. If anyone else is interested in taking advantage of this wonderful opportunity for goodwill building around the world and maybe even some international travel, come talk to me. There's no pay involved, but there are occasionally travel expenses that can be arranged. And it's a lot of fun, and that's it. Thank you so much.